Hey Wobo,
Hey.
I want to show you my favorite ape gif.
Whoa!
The theme we've agreed on today is watching. So here's mine. What do you think of this?
I mean, he's watching all right. Do you
Yeah.
think you have a theory about what he's watching?
Well, I mean, for the listeners at home, this is like like a 2.5 second long gif of a gorilla, and he's munching away on something, and the camera's zooming in quite quickly on his face,
That's full
and this
screen.
whole
That's fine,
time
you can do this.
he's looking off screen, and it's the sort of look that says, I shouldn't be looking at this, but I can't look away.
Yeah.
And then, it just refreshes back to the start.
You can see there's a lot of emotions to pull out of this. It could either be afraid, disgusted, or like intriguingly, morbidly curious.
Yeah, he could be amazed. There's a lot going on. Like, another part of me is just like, what if he's just watching two other gorillas fighting, but he doesn't want to
Yeah.
stop eating?
Yeah.
Like if you're having lunch, you're on your lunch break, and you hear a commotion outside, and you just look out your window, and it's two dudes, and they're just throwing down and really going at each other.
It's like
You're not going to stop eating. Yeah. But it's how do we think this was even recorded? How do you get a shot like this?
Is he in the wild?
It looks pretty wild.
Yeah.
But what can he see that's so good that the cameraman can't?
Yeah.
What is so appealing to this majestic gorilla that the cameraman thinks isn't even worth his time?
That's a good point. This might be like the difference between how we think and how the monkeys think. They can be amazed by something we don't care about at all.
Yeah, I think that says a lot about how far we've come,
Yeah.
and also how sometimes we just need to take a step back, and maybe, I just want to focus on what I'm eating, but I can also take in what's going on around me.
Yeah.
So that's quite like a humble, quite positive reading into it.
Yeah.
Like, can we see what he's eating? He's got something in his hand. What is that?
Something white, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what that is now.
Or something.
What is that? What's he got? Can we?
He's chomping on some PVC.
That's
why he's so angry.
Well, you think that's anger in his eyes?
He's eating plastic.
So do you think it's more a look of he's been taken aback, he's taken aghast with anger as he realizes that what he's being presented with isn't what he thought it is, and maybe it's morbid curiosity or spite that he continues to chew while he thinks about this other, presumably gorilla, that's wronged him.
I think in this context, I can see a very clear reflection of humans, because he looks exactly like someone who's eaten something that he doesn't like at all, but he can't really show it, He's got to eat it, he's got to swallow it, but he hates it.
Yeah, I did that once. This was back in school. I asked someone if I could have some of his leftover cheese, because he didn't eat all the cheese, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a delicious block of cheese that I'm going to enjoy. Well, it wasn't cheese. It was butter. And so I ended up just putting like a big chunk of butter in my mouth, and I think I didn't even think he realized that I thought it was cheese when I asked him. I think it was just a moment of pure stupidity on my part, but then you just sort of have to tough it out. And even though the horror of, you've just put a large piece of butter in your mouth.
Yeah.
You got to pretend like you meant to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's doing.
Yeah, you gotta twist it around. You gotta say, fuck, this butter is delicious, even though it's not.
This is what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Can we get a freeze
Delicious.
frame on his face somehow?
That's just.
Or
I'm
like
sure the technology exists.
before it zooms in? I think it's too hard for us. Well, if you're just listening to this and you're not,
Okay.
you're not
I want
watching
to. Hold on. I'm gonna try and grab a print screen.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go into Microsoft Paint and maybe we can get a
better view of his eating, his food.
Well, see, I've gone one where here it comes. You can just see what he's holding in his hand. It looks like I don't know how you would describe it. It looks like a wooden frame, but then when he rotates his hand up, it looks like it's made out of cloth.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
There's an element of mystery to this, and maybe
you think he's discovered something
got...
new?
Pardon?
You think he's discovered a new food?
Oh, maybe it's amazing.
Yeah.
And he's losing his mind. It's that, or like maybe that was what I said it could be, and that is a frame. Maybe he had a lovely picture in that frame, and someone's ruined it, or maybe it was his wife's favorite picture.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to have his lunch, and he's accidentally knocked it off and damaged it.
Yeah.
And he knows he's in trouble.
Yeah, so he's not eating it at all. He's just holding it because he just broke it.
And he's like, uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
How am I gonna get out of this one?
I got a perfect freeze frame of his face. You can tell. I'll screenshot it and send it to you.
Alright, send it in. Send it into the space.
You can tell his wife. She's right there, you know? That's you. I think you've solved the riddle here. He's not eating the frame. He's holding it, and he's looking at her, and she hasn't seen him yet.
Yeah, she's just like, honey, are you enjoying that lunch I prepared?
Yeah.
You know, and she's thinking about coming back to her loving husband and her home, and seeing that picture of them together on the beach in Malibu.
And Malibu, yeah.
He's realized he smashed it. It's gone.
What do you do in Malibu?
What normal people do in Malibu. I imagine going to the beach would be a more challenging experience if you were covered in a thick layer of hair. But you know, I've never been to Malibu, but I imagine it's a place you could go on honeymoon.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay, so another angle I wanted to explore on this picture is sort of a mixture of anger and fear, maybe even paranoia that someone is going to come over and ruin his lunch. I just repost a GIF there, so we can refocus in on that.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I sometimes feel like this at work, where I'm just trying to enjoy my me time. I'm just trying to eat. I want to be left alone, but there's someone or something happening out the corner of my eye, or in this case, you know, it's just a little bit off to the side, and I'm worried that it's gonna affect me in some way.
I've seen this exact picture in human form.
Yeah?
Have you seen that picture? There's a guy at McDonald's, and there's some crazy shit happening, and he's just sitting there, like, not moving his head, but just moving his eyes to the right, like looking at the shit happening while eating.
Yeah.
That's exactly that.
But is it like a look of, this is going to affect me? Or like earlier when we're discussing, I just think this is really interesting what's happening over there?
I think it's the interesting part. I think it's seeing some bizarre stuff. Either that, or you know, it's the wife stuff. But if it's not that, I think he's seeing some very interesting stuff that he's never seen before, but he's also trying to, get through the lunch, get back to work, get back to what he was doing,
Yeah, you wanna be productive, but I wish we could solve the enigma of whatever this material he has in his left hand is.
It's strange, yeah.
It almost looks like it's solid, and then he twists his hand up, and it's like cloth.
Yeah.
Who knows? We can't figure this one out, but
No, it's a kind of strange one.
there's a lot to take away from this.
Yeah.
But I think I've hogged the limelight for too long now.
Yeah, okay. So again, our theme here is watching, right?
Yeah.
And I've been searching a bit. I'll go into my favorites here. And you can see a few interesting ones, but I think this one is worthy of a discussion.
Oh man. Oh geez.
From
Okay.
Amazing Monkeys, Asia.
You're telling me.
Smithsonian Channel.
That's the Smithsonian Channel has really good ape and monkey content.
Yeah, I've seen it all. The orangutan school.
Oh man, the orangutan school's where it is, but we're not
yeah.
here to talk about the orangutan school. Which
True.
monkey is this? Is this a proboscis monkey?
It's the it's the one with the big nose. I'm not sure about the name. It's the one that looks strangely human if it wears like a flat cap or something.
Yeah, I think it's a proboscis monkey. Proboscis monkey. But
And
he's
they're
definitely
arguably
watching. This
even
is
more
this is
human than
haunting.
Yeah. He's looking right at the camera.
He knows.
He knows.
He's peeking that the curiosity has turned into determination.
Yeah.
And like he needs to see what's going on the other side of his tree.
Is that his hand or someone else's hand?
I'm assuming it is, but actually, for the listeners, we haven't described this one yet. It's a proboscis monkey. They've got those big noses, and as my good friend Wobo said, they look weirdly human, apart from the massive noses. And in the foreground, sort of out of focus, is a tree trunk, and a big branch is coming off, and this monkey's got his left hand on the branch, and we can just see sort of like a portrait, shoulder, a bit of the torso, all of his head.
Yeah.
And
his piercing brown eyes.
Yeah, I think that's really important to note, so thank you for bringing that up. It's about 3 seconds long, and all it is it's honestly, like, I think it took a while to get to this point because it's a really powerful GIF.
Yeah.
He just moves his head slightly to the left, as if he's peeking around the tree to look right at you, the viewer.
You know what this feels like? It feels like, the cameraman's probably been sitting there all day, right?
Yeah.
And that monkey, he's been fully aware of that all day. And he's had his back to him and run around and swung around, And then when the cameraman is bored, suddenly the monkey turns around, looks straight at the cameraman and says, "Yeah, I know you're there.
I knew this whole time.
You didn't think I knew. You're right there. I know you're there."
And how would you... I wasn't expecting the tables to be turned on us so quickly. From man to monkey, now monkey back to man.
Yeah.
And how this one monkey has just shifted that power dynamic massively. Without saying a single word. If those lips aren't moving.
No. But you can tell, he's got a facial expression for sure.
Yeah, you think I didn't know, but I did.
Yeah.
I did know.
How would you
maybe even...
How would you react if you saw a human do this to you?
See, that's the thing, is like I don't know how or where it's coming from, but the power is his.
Yeah. He's got the upper hand. He might not even be a monkey,
Should I be ashamed?
Could be God. Could be a spirit or some sort.
It could be. It could be. We don't know, because at the end of the day, we didn't live that experience. All we have is this GIF, this remnant, this fragment of an event that happened.
True. but also the way it's almost robotic, the way it moves as well.
Yeah, I was looking at the left hand, and it doesn't appear to move in the clip at all. Like, you can see when it refreshes, there's a little bit of arm movement,
Yeah.
but then you sort of get this like weird visual look where the foreground is completely static, and there's just a monkey sliding in the background.
This is strange. Every time it loops, it gets weirder. Because that hand could be someone else's. You know, the only part of the monkey that's moving is the head. What if he's
Yeah,
like peeking around the tree and that the whole part on the right side is someone else?
it's possible. I would say this. It's from here to me. That's a left hand,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like the focus of the shot is clearly on this one monkey who's figured us out, who knows what's up, and he's looking at us like, yes, I know you're there. I saw you do that thing, but maybe you didn't think I saw you do.
Mm.
And I'm actually much more intelligent than you think. You may have seen me going, all ape around the place.
He's saying that was all an act. He's like, yeah, you thought you had me.
See, he said, I knew this.
Yeah.
I knew this. You know, it's one of those.
Hey,
What?
this could be like, okay, what if, in a bigger sense, not just this GIF, but like what it portrays, uh, yeah, what it speaks to you. I think it could be a bigger expression of the difference between human and monkeys, you know? Because imagine the camera he used to take this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big ass camera, and he's just sitting right there. He's looking through the lens. He's not looking at the monkey. He's looking at the screen, right?
Right.
And the monkey looks straight at him through the camera, not at him, at the camera.
I know.
And he goes, "Come on, man. Do you need this? You need industrial society? You need all this shit?"
because what's the monkey filming in? He's filming in monkey eye vision.
Yeah.
He's
He doesn't
filming
need a
with
camera to see him.
the
He
gift
doesn't need a zoom lens.
given to him by nature.
Yeah.
You know, that's what bifocal vision is all about. We can zoom in and out on things and have focus.
Yeah.
He knows that. He's like, why are you looking at me through this monstrosity you've made out of rocks and sand and dead dinosaurs? And I'm just looking at you. I
Yeah.
just see another life existing.
It's primal versus industrial, or primal versus electronic, you know?
Yeah. And for the fact that this even exists, like, someone was editing this clip or even like watching this footage back.
Yeah.
And he was like, damn, that right there, that moment.
That's impactful.
It is. It is. It's like for just 1 second you have this real connection with this creature.
For 1 second, the editor just sits back, you know?
This is it, we found it. We solved the mystery.
That's pretty powerful. And it fits the theme. He's watching, you know? But he's watching on so many levels.
He is watching, but I think we've got to look at this from another possibility. But it's just like, maybe he is scared. What if this is a poor frightened creature who this whole time, you know, he's been scared stiff, he can't even move his left hand.
Yeah.
And all he can manage to do is just peek around this tree.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a
true.
sort of
It
a
can.
complacent fear.
Yeah, it could look like, you know, an 80-year-old grandpa looking straight into a nuclear bomb, and he doesn't cry, he doesn't smile. He's just like, yep.
Or, you know, it's like something really bad happening on the street where you live.
Yeah.
And all you can do is sort of peek through your window to see it.
And you just think that's how life is.
But
that's how the modern world works.
it's got your attention.
Yeah.
And,
But it doesn't make you happy.
No, maybe it doesn't make you feel anything. Maybe, it took everything you had just to stick your head, round the edge of the curtains.
Mm.
And we don't see what happens after this moment. And I feel like there's a lot of ways this could go.
Yeah.
So maybe like as soon as this gift ends, he smiles. Because he's peeked around and it's just like his kids and they're just playing a cruel trick on him or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or like he sees the cameraman and
Oh, excuse me.
whoa, the cameraman just waves back. Who knows? Maybe there's a happy ending here.
You think the cameraman waves?
I think that would actually be quite unprofessional.
Yeah.
But also, like, can this monkey even wave back? Because if he takes his left hand off, he's falling.
You don't know
Or at
that,
least-
though.
Well, no, yeah, you're right. They're making a lot of assumptions there.
Yeah. You
But-
can't assume everything.
But we also don't know what's behind this lens.
True.
And I think that speaks to the power of the image, is that while you're looking at it, you're just completely absorbed and you feel like this connection is being directly made. Like, I'm not seeing a GIF on a screen that's been recorded by another person through a camera. I'm seeing this life.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this intelligent being and he's looking right back at me.
Yeah.
And what's he saying is he scared? Does he know? Has he figured me out?
Mm.
We might never know.
You're right.
Well, thank you for sharing it with me.
Yeah,
I'm just
thank
gonna
you. Thank you
make
for
sure I
sharing.
favorite this before I go.
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite ape GIF.
Yeah. So that's our episode. Thanks for listening. Today's theme was watching, and these were our 2 favorite ape gifs.
And thank you for watching this.
Yeah, and you.
Don't forget you. Hey. You.
I'm Wobo, aka Max Man Manus,
And PeeWee.
aka
In all forms.
PeeWee Retro.
That's right.
Add him on Twitter.
Don't add me on Twitter, please.
That's it. We'll see you in
Stop.
the next episode. I'll add you.
Turn it
Add him on
off.
Twitter. PeeWee Retro.
Turn it off!
Goodbye.
Stop!